The year is 1978, and we just got a call about a crash on Repose Street. And what we need to do is reconstruct everything we've learned. So we learned that a car crashed on Repose Street. The driver is dead, and the call came from high up, so I am taking a look. Perfect. So here we are on Repose Street, and we have to investigate the crash and see if there's anything suspicious that we can find. So inside the car, we have the driver, who's clearly at least knocked out. We can turn on the light, and now we get a better look at the inside of the car. So in the glove box, we found a couple of items. And the driver was feeling untouchable. He's not even trying to hide his stuff. So what we have here, it looks similar to cocaine, but it's not. It's some new drugs hitting the street. It is high-grade stuff, packaged and ready to be sold. So he seems like a drug dealer, or maybe he just picked it up. A bottle of quality whiskey. There is something floating inside, some sort of dust. The bottle is almost full. Barely a sip was taken from it. And then we can check the driver for clues. It looks like we have our number of clues up here. So from his look, he was going somewhere fast. Did the impact against the guardrail violently push his head against the windshield, killing him? Or was it something else? And it looks like here we have who he's selling to? Or who he... Yeah, it looks like he's selling to Frank, and he needs to pick up money from, well, Jack. And Jack Lizzie owes 200, but that's already been paid. Ray also something we can't see. And we can see this guy's name is Frazier. It looks like maybe Bradley Frazier. Lives on Galloway Street. Back outside the car, we can see that his license plate says Bradley, so I'm assuming that is who it is. Custom license plate. They don't sell these to anyone. Under the grime, it says Bradley. The brakes have been precisely cut and the fluid is leaking, creating a puddle under the car. The driver did not have a chance. So he was obviously sabotaged. Let's see what the detective has to say. I was coming from my patrol on Lexington Street. I heard a crash. He was drunk or drugged out of his skull. And it looks like the officer here has a standard issue flashlight, and it was useful for looking around in the night. A regular police badge. So this is Dave McCart. And then Repose Street, a winding road in the countryside. It leads to the rich folks' homes on the hills. They like to be isolated, so the neighbors do not complain about their drug-fueled parties. Alright, so down in the left corner here, it does say that we have found all the clues, so we should be able to put this together. So we learned that the driver's name was Bradley Frazier, and that turned green, so that must be correct. And then the detective was David McCart. Now we have to reconstruct the story of everything that we've seen tonight. So Bradley Frazier died in a car crash on Repose Street. Someone blanked his blank to make it look like he was a... Okay, someone drugged his whiskey to make it look like he was a drunk driver. He was going out to sell drugs. There we go. And at the end of the scene, we learned the bluish dust in the whiskey, the brake fluid leaking. This was no accident, although someone tried to make it look like one. Time to talk to the family. So we're gonna go see Brad's family now. Well, we have a lot going on here right now, so let's just go left to right. And we'll start here. 4 medals from the Korean War, framed and polished. Certainly not an ordinary soldier we were talking about here. Pop art piece, probably very valuable. Its meaning is obscure, but there must be some substance underneath it to be shown as such a prominent spot. A classic Hollywood portrait from the late 50s. It appears to be publicly shot for the movie Gift of Nature. And, oh, Clarice Lehmann, 1959. And we have books over here. Dominic Frazier's Mind and Body. Oh, this must be Bradley's father. Total Control of the Mind Under Stress. Knox on Pax by Aleister Crowley. Ezra Monarchs, The Last Connection. Murder the Weakness, again by Dominic Fraser. He must be an accomplished author. My son's death was tragic. So this must be Dominic. Oh, we don't have Fraser yet. Okay. Well, let's see. Yeah, so he has a note addressed to Mr. Fraser. So I'm assuming this is Dominic Fraser. I know I have a huge debt of gratitude to you that I will never be able to repay, but for 9 years I worked for you, doing everything that was necessary. Everything, no complaints. I fix the roof. I wash the cars. I do the garden. I help wife with the medicine. I do all. But please, I implore you, let me go. I cannot explain why now. I just need some extra money to find accommodations. Diaz. So Diaz must work for Dominic here and is trying to get let off his job. Mr. Fraser, one of my agents found drugs in the vehicle parked near a roadblock. Its license plate appeared to be registered in your name. Knowing that you don't drive, and in the name of our shared friendship, I suggest you keep an eye on your son. We can't keep hiding this forever. Inspector Hadley Badman. So it looks like Mr. Badman's covering up for Mr. Fraser's son. Right, we have a book on the table. Sabotaging and Seducing by Ezra Monarch. This is an advanced copy for Katie Keller. And I'm assuming this might be Katie Keller. And to think that the night had started so well, with Mr. Fraser giving me advice on a possible future role. So this must be an actress. Aspiring to be just like Clara Lehman. My dear love, I did everything in my power so that we could work on the play together. I pray night and day that I'll become a reality. Forever yours, Patrick. Okay. Down here, it looks like we have some sort of box. It appears to be used as a medicine box. An elegantly carved container made of dark ebony. So we have a small plastic container of medicine. Only 3 pills remain inside it. Okay. Mrs. Lehman, remember, these are the strongest sleeping pills on the market. I'm giving you a week's dosage. Take only 1 per day. Okay, so it looks like someone took one of these pills, or someone took an extra one of these pills. And I'm wondering if this is Bradley's mother? Oh, maybe this is Mrs. Lehman? Because she is sitting next to the pills. Lehman. Oh, is this Clarissa? Or Clarice? This is Clarice. So she was the actress up here, and now she's in a wheelchair fighting for her life. She has a small ornate key. It seems to open the medicine box. A beautiful silver ring, simple and elegant, very classy piece of jewelry. And then a letter. And this is a message from Shirley Floors. It basically says that Mr. Fraser forced this I'm assuming in-house nurse to go home and take care of her sister, but for what reason, they don't know, because it is just a little flu and nothing to be concerned about, but he was adamant to get her out of the house. Interesting. And in the next room, it looks like a garage. We have this guy. I've been here in the garage all night finishing some work. I'm sorry about that boy, but frankly, his head wasn't screwed on right. He doesn't seem to have any sympathy about Bradley. But he does have a large keychain, many keys attached to it. It can mean that he does work around the house, not only in the garage. And he has a small key separate from the rest. Is that the same as Miss Lehman's? It kind of looks like the same key. So maybe he was the one that opened the chest. Several tools commonly used by mechanics. They seem to be used recently. They're still covered in grease and oil. And there is an oil slick on the floor. Could be brake fluid. So I'm assuming this person cut the brakes of Bradley here. A beat-up truck from 3 decades ago. The door has a strange hidden compartment on it, of the kind often seen in smuggling operations. Some items have been left on the dashboard. Here we have a note from B. It says, don't try bailing on me or I'm going straight to the Federals. It's a promise. They can't touch me, but they'll have a party with you. So it looks like B, possibly Bradley, was blackmailing or tormenting this guy. So that could give him motive to want to get rid of Bradley. And then we have a clipping from a newspaper, an overdose accident. Someone Diaz, 27, found dead in an apartment last night from an overdose of a street drug called Gaze. Interesting. A beautiful sports car in pristine state. It looks like an imported model. It must be incredibly expensive. Enough is enough. I will not do it. Not Sunday, not ever. You've seen what that stuff was done to you, my sister. I don't want anything to do with it anymore. I'd rather be in federal prison than bring you another gram of that poison. Pedro. So that means this guy is Pedro Diaz. This is Dominic Frazier. And I think you had the advanced screening. This is Katie Keller. Katie Keller. Perfect. Okay, so we have all the characters. And back in the sports car, we have a bottle full of whiskey from an expensive brand. The same kind that Bradley had in his car when he died. And then a note from Kay. Hey Bradley, have you asked your daddy about his friend Roman? Do it. His reaction will surprise you. I don't think that gave me much more information. But we have found all the clues. So I think we can piece together the story. And I think it starts out with Pedro Diaz killed Bradley Frazier by blank his blank and putting blanks blank blank in his blank. I think he's going to be sabotaging his car and putting blanks blank blank. Okay. And putting... So he took a pill from Clarissa for sleeping pills and put it in his whiskey. The reason for the overdose was accidental blank by blank of his blank. Oh, okay. So the reason for the murder was the accidental death by overdose of his sister. Ah, there we go. We figured it out. So Pedro Diaz killed Bradley Frazier by cutting his brakes. We do find out here that Pedro was sick of working as a drug mule for Bradley. His sister's death from the very drug he smuggled out of Mexico was the drop that finally spilled the glass. Cornered, Pedro made the wrong choice. Bradley paid the price. So is he trying to kill, not Bradley, but his father, Dominic? Maybe. No, Bradley was the one tormenting him. And now we're in the Stainwitz residence. Oh, and someone has been murdered in the pool here. So once again, let's go left to right. We have a chair. We have a bag made of fine leather lies abandoned next to the pool. Oh, a bag made of fine leather lies abandoned next to the pool. Okay. It looks like we have some sort of schedule. A rehearsal, interview for the newspaper, party, radio interview at Alpha Omega, TV interview. We have to take breathing pills, meet with lawyer, meet with Ezra, or with the writers, I guess, at the club with Augustus Whitney. Should bring the wife, she's a fan. All right, sabotaging and seducing. Okay, so this is another early copy for Patrick Raven. A half-empty bottle of white pills. Many of them are scattered all over the bag. The label says Abraxidol Red, the remedy against allergic reactions. You can breathe safely with Abraxidol. This must be his breathing pills. Dr. R. Barton for Patrick Raven. And it says when he has a respiratory attack caused by flowers or other allergies, he's supposed to take 2 pills as soon as it starts. And don't ever exceed the dose of red pills. And never mix it with any other medicines. But these are white pills. These are not red pills. So it looks like someone may have swapped out his pills. And he has a small, well-kept semi-automatic pistol. The magazine is full, so he didn't take any shots. And I think he's allergic to flowers. Right? Yeah, so he has respiratory attacks from plants, flowers, and other allergies. And he's supposed to take 2 of the red pills, but his pills were white. So he was obviously, he was obviously sabotaged. Oh, and he has something in his hand. Oh, the petals from the red flower. Okay, so we learned that this is Patrick Raven. He died in the pool. We can just start filling this in as we go. We don't know who killed him. The killer sent him flowers to cause an allergic reaction, which made him... No clues yet. Blank his pills. Which made him take his pills, but they had been swapped with a different kind found in the blank. This caused blank to... Okay. This is, again, Patrick Raven to fall into the... No, this caused Patrick Raven to something and fall into the pool. The reason for the killing was the victim's relationship with blank, who used him to obtain a blank in the latest blank. Alright. Oh, wow. Okay, we have another 6 people to figure out. And here's 3 of them, and they look strung out. So starting over here, we have to Jeffrey, producer extraordinaire in the Land of Dreams, and his wife, Nadine, from Carl Carlson. So we know this guy is Jeffrey. And blonde hair? Maybe this one? Maybe her? Not sure yet. Right, let's see what this guy says. Okay. This man is on a bad trip covered in sweat, dilated eyes, apparently oblivious to what's going on around him. He's muttering something unintelligible to himself. Fresh pack of cigarettes, not even opened. An expensive gold-plated lighter. Well, this guy didn't give us any information. Oh, this guy either has gold teeth or is missing a lot of hygiene. Doesn't go to the dentist very often. This person's eyes appear to see something we do not see. His mind is in another dimension. His broad smile. Okay, so he's got shiny gold teeth. And he's got a lot of cash. Too much money for pocket change. So he must be the drug dealer. And we find out that his name is Mr. Kunta. And we don't have that name yet. It looks like he did get a job at the radio station recently. And they're letting him just play whatever he wants because he has a great set of musical knowledge. But that's not, we haven't found out much information about him yet. And with this note from P. Raven, so that must be Patrick, he threatened to shoot Mr. Kunta here if he doesn't stop selling cocaine to his wife. So this is a drug dealer. Let's see what the cop has to say. They got a noise complaint. They're not dead, just out of their minds. And then a standard issued pistol. We have a painting on the wall. Homage to Bunnell. It shows an eye with a razor. And this lady appears to be asleep. Her eyes flicker open now and then. It looks like took a dose too strong for her system. Banknotes and coins inside her purse. Simple but elegant gold ring. 2 letters. PR. So this might be Patrick Raven's wife. I'm going to assume this is Patrick Raven. Or, yeah, Patrick Raven's wife. Unless that's his ring and she stole it from him. Last thing in the room is a record by Troy Dixon. It should be swapped, but the residents are too high to notice. So in this room, okay, we have 2 more people. And this looks like that Jeffrey. And this must be his wife. Okay, so let's start up here. To Jay Steinwitz, the best producer, award for Lying Like a Sleeping Dog and Ranger in Utopia. Okay, so this is Jeffrey Steinwitz. We don't have that name yet. And, okay, so she's just drunk, maybe drugged. And then she's getting a threatening letter because she stole someone's role in the production and someone's husband. And here we have a terrible poem. A very amateurish attempt at poetry from P, possibly Patrick. And then red lipstick. Oh, and in this poster, we found out that the guy with the gold teeth is named Jakizi. But Jakizi what? And we also learned that this lady is being recommended by Dominic Frazier. He is the one that found her as the talent. Let's go see what Jeffrey over here is up to. So he's a flat out drunk on the sofa, and he still has the look of someone calling the shots. Okay, so Katie Keller, discuss the role she'll play come directly in the office. DJ Kunta. Oh, Jakizi. Yes. Okay, we got that. All right, so this is the list of party invitations. I probably should read it from top to bottom. We start from Patrick Raven. He pills in the bathroom for him. And his wife is Ivy Otter. So Katie Keller, discuss her role in the play. She'll come directly in the office. DJ Kunta, so we already know who that is. Jack Porter, don't let this guy near alcohol or drugs. Remember how that party ended at the Frasers? And Finley Powell. And then it looks like Ezra and Nadine were invited but didn't show up. Same as Bradley. Bradley was the guy that died in the car accident. Got it. Okay, so we should have at least all the names of the people. So I found this actress called Martha. Okay, so I'm assuming this must be Martha then. And she's a beauty. She just needs a big break. She'll fit perfectly in a smaller role in your play. Blah, blah, blah. Let's have a drink. Your pal Alex. P.S. Hi, say hi to Nadine from me. So yeah, his wife is Nadine, but I'm not too sure who that is. And here looks like the cast of people. So Ivy Otter is being replaced by Katie Keller. Oh, okay, hold on. So if this lady, you stole my role in the production. Okay. So that means that this lady is, nope, not Ivy. Back. So this is Katie Keller now. Where are you? There we go. And then Ivy Otter is now a secondary character because Katie took her place and stole her husband. So Ivy Otter is his wife? I'm not sure. No, Ivy Otter should be Patrick's wife. On the desk, we did find a bunch of expensive wines, imported, with a little bit left in each glass. Okay, here we go. We finally found his last name. So this is Jeffrey Stainwitz. Okay. Mr. Blank, note to secretary. Find his name. I can't read his stupid signature. Screenplay is really interesting. Add nice objectives. And the style is so close to Monarchs, it would be perfect. I'll send you a guest pass for the next rehearsal. Blah, blah, blah. Is there anything else to interact with here? What's out here? Oh, that's the outside. Okay. And then we found someone OD'd in the bathroom. His mouth is covered in saliva and vomit, enough to make him suffocate and die. Okay, so this guy's dead. His arm filled with marks. I told you to stay away from my house. I can't hang out with people like you in public. You're a PR menace. So Patrick Raven didn't want him near his house. This must be the guy. Where's that guest list? Jack Porter. They didn't want him. They didn't want him anywhere near the house. But I guess he showed up anyway. And he was being threatened to be shot if he ever came near Raven's wife again. An almost empty package of cigarettes, visibly yellowed fingernails on the person's hand showing a heavy smoker, and a gold-plated lighter. Then we have an oblong wooden cabinet stocked with everyday essentials. A bottle of red pills. The label says Abraxadol. So these are the pills that he was supposed to keep for Patrick Raven. Small medicine container empty. Toilet paper, so nothing much there. Down here we have half-finished drug packets left in the bathroom sink. Someone had more than enough. So this guy must have overdosed. We are still missing one clue. Where did we miss a clue? Enough drugs to kill a herd of elephants. It could easily be mistaken for cocaine, but it is something else. Alright, so now we have all the clues, so we should be able to piece this all together. Okay, so this... If this lady has a PR ring, so this should be Ivy Otter? Yes, so Patrick Raven's wife is Ivy Otter. This guy, I have no idea, but we can check the guest list somewhere. Finley Powell, maybe? Finley, whoops. Powell, there we go, okay. So we figured out everyone's names. I'm still not 100% sure who sent Patrick Raven the flowers. Unless it was... No, why would Ivy Otter try to kill him? But let's fill out the rest of this. So the reaction which made him suffocate. The killer sent him flowers to cause an allergic reaction, which made him take his pills. But they had been swapped with a different kind found in the bathroom? This caused Patrick Raven to suffocate and fall in the pool. The reason for the killing is the victim's relationship with blank blank, who used him to attain... Okay, so The reason for the killing with the victim's relationship with this is gonna be Katie Keller. We used him to obtain a role in the latest shoot? Or was it play? But did his wife kill him? It was his wife. Oh, that sucks. So she knew exactly what she was doing. Moral of the story, don't piss off your wife. So next we've come to the Horizon Theater. I'm assuming where the play takes place. Okay, I guess let's go right to left this time. This woman appears to be in shock, gasping for air. Her entire body is trembling and she seems unable to speak. So she has a key. And this is a letter from Penny's husband, Henry. He's trying to get her to get him into the play. Penny has a small knife hidden on her. It looks very realistic, but just made of plastic and bends at the touch. So that doesn't do much. Did I get this person's name? Wait, what does she look like? Like, in shock. I don't see her on here at all. Is she not a... Is there another... Oh, wow. Okay. So she's in costume right now, and we have to figure out who the costumes are? Well, we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. So it looks like this guy is a playwright, and his plays are a disaster. So he's kind of getting the third degree from someone named Jay. Now Tommy Marino writes, enough of this bullshit about historical realism. You know how freaking hard it is to find these costumes. We had to go to a museum, and they loaned him the props because this guy wants to make a historical reconstruction of this. And apparently he's hard to reach, so Tommy Marino's been trying to reach him for a confrontation, but this guy's impossible to reach. Wow. Okay. Oh, maybe this is Ezra Monarch. Let's go back to the people. So this must be the Ezra... Yep. Alright, so this is Ezra Monarch. And we definitely have to come back to this page. But this scene looks like it's Ruth and Hugh are in front of each other for a duel. So this is just the... I think this is the scene they're reenacting. And Ezra also has a small quantity of gaze, the creative drug, on him. Okay, so this lady... thought the sword was fake, but I guess it's actually real. So this is Miss Keller. When using the sword, remember to push it hard against the center of Pavel's jacket. So she was told that the sword was plastic, but it's actually a real sword. So it might be this EM person that set her up. We don't know yet. And on the ground we have the actual fake sword, which is retractable. But in him, this looks like the... yeah, an actual sword made of metal. This is Finn, and this is a letter from his law firm saying that he's going to get a raise. And someone sent him a note saying that they're getting annoyed with his mediocre dialogue. Actors are exchangeable, writers aren't. Stay in your place, don't cross the line, or there will be consequences. So I guess this guy's been giving the play a hard time with his own dialogue. So over here, it looks like we got a security guard. I handle security around the theater, but mostly psyched fans and simple stuff like that. I called an ambulance, but I'm afraid it's too late. So he has a revolver on him and a sandwich. Aw. It was made from his wife or girlfriend. Have a good day at work, sweetheart. That's adorable. Okay, so let's see the other... oh, there's so many people. Okay. Oh, there's so many people. This guy wanted to be interviewed by the journalist, but the journalist interviewed Ezra instead of him. So this must be some sort of writer. He has a notebook filled with ideas. And this might be Jim Blair. And that is Jim Blair. And we know from the past that this is Jeffrey. And we learned that this was... Ivy? But we don't have her name yet. So let's just keep going. Everyone seems to have a concealed gun on them. Now Dominic is really pushing Jeffrey to give Katie Keller a chance. But why? And also on Jeffrey, we find that this is the letter from the law firm from Mr. Powell. And I think... hold on. This is Mr. Powell, right? So Finn Powell. We just don't have his name yet. Why shouldn't the choreographer and costume designer... Yeah, and this guy confirmed that Powell is the guy that is lying on the ground dead. Finn Powell. And this is D. Miller. Oh. So on this board at the back, we do find a key on a hook. It opens the costume room. And then we also have to make note that Jeffrey over here has the same key on his inventory. Because it looks like someone has been stealing stuff from the costume room. And Evelyn keeps leaving the key on the hook. And according to this note left by Jeffrey, there's blackouts every 30 minutes because they are having electrical issues now that they added a vent above in the costume room. And this guy, whoever that is, he has a bracelet inscribed on it, says to my true love, I.O. So do we have any names? Oh, Ivy Otter. Did he steal Ivy Otter's bracelet? I do not know. Oh, it's from I.O., not to I.O. Okay, so this guy's true love is I.O. Or could that be Ivy Otter? So in this fake handbag in the dressing room, we find a note from T, which is probably Troy, that we read earlier, and some cheap red lipstick. Oh, and this is going to be used to figure out the names of all the duelists here. So DD, HC, RA, and MH. And in the waste bucket, we found a letter to Mrs. Hart wanting her to join an enlightenment center because her husband already has, and it's done wonders for his career. Okay, here we go. Now we have some names. So, Finley Powell is Hugh Culpepper. So, this is the dead guy. Finley Powell. Ray Mildred plays Isaac Clayton. Penelope Marshall. Grace Hopkins. Martha Hart. Okay, so this lady was Martha Hart. So that means Troy Hart is her husband, or they want to get married. Martha Hart's request changes to her costume. She wants a lighter sword, no wig, hidden belt. So she has a lot of demands. And this lady, who just brings stuff, is asking Miss Hart if she wants to speak to a journalist, Dennis something. So who's the journalist? I think this was the journalist, right? Yeah, Dennis Miller. It looks like this lady messes up a lot because she gave Finley's scarf to Ray, Ray's shoes to Penelope, even switched the wigs one time. She gives out daggers at random. And then with this letter, it looks like it could be Lynn Cox. I don't even have Lynn as a name here. So Lynn's uncle found her this assistant's job in the theater. She's from the country. And this note is from her mom. Uncle Preston got her the job here. Okay. So we still have to figure out where to get Lynn's name from. Well, this is annoying. Alright, let's see. Okay. So we have Tommy Marino, Ruth, Hugh, Isaac, Dorothy, and the last dare. Okay, so we know Dorothy Darlington. Okay, hold on. So we know Dorothy Darlington was... Oh, I'm not really sure. Hold on. Okay, Dorothy Darlington was Penny, but I don't have Penny's name yet. Or do I? Oh, I guess Penelope. But Penelope what? Oh, she's married to Henry. Do I have a Henry? No, I do not. Oh, I also forgot to click on this lady back in the changing room. She's waiting for Evelyn to bring her the right costume. So that means that this is Evelyn Cox. And Martha Hart does have a ring that has TD. Which should be, I think, Troy. And this is the list of cast characters. Okay. Penelope Marshall. Perfect. Next, let's look at this guy with the fun hat and the rapier, which is Hugh Culpepper. So Hugh Culpepper is played by Finley Powell. Next is this other lady, Ruth Acker. And Ruth Acker is played by Katie Keller. And one more. And last one will be this guy with the bandana, who is Isaac Clayton. So Isaac is played by Ray Mildred. Oops. Mildred. Okay, so we figured out all the actors, who they're playing. We still have this, who is Katie Keller. And I forget who you are. Unless this is... It could be Ray Mildred. He could be an actor. Nope, that's not Ray Mildred. Okay. And someone left this newspaper clipping with actress Ivy Otter circled and Katie Keller crossed out. So someone obviously is not a fan of Katie Keller here. And we did find the prop sword jammed into these metallic bars at the top right over here. Someone tried to hide it in a hurry. So we still don't know who this guy is. So we did find this note on Ezra from Tommy Marino. So maybe that's this guy? It doesn't really say. Well, let's try it anyway. This is the only other name I can really find. And it is Tommy Marino. Okay. So blank blank killed blank blank with a real sword, mistaking it for a prop. Because that's going to be Katie Keller. So she killed Finley, sorry. Let's see. So Katie Keller killed Finley Powell with a real sword, mistaking it for a prop. Blank blank, the blank on play caused the murder by blank the... Okay, so we have to figure out who swapped... So it looks like Tommy Marino is the person that makes the costumes. And he has to get the props loaned to him. So he has access to the props, but this guy's got the key. But then again, the key has always been left on the hook here. But it wouldn't make sense for Jeffrey to want to murder anyone on his play. So if Tommy Marino really is T in Martha's letter here, then he probably wants revenge on Katie Keller for taking... Or not revenge. He wants to get rid of Katie Keller so Martha can get the bigger role. So if this is Tommy Marino, and then he is a choreographer? The choreographers deal with the costumes and stuff? I think so. So Tommy Marino, the choreographer on the play, caused the murder by... this would be switching the sword with a real one. He was trying to get Katie Keller killed, but blank blank mistakenly handed the real weapon. Oh, okay, hold on. Yeah, so he was trying to kill Katie Keller, but what's her name? Evelyn Cox mistakenly handed the real weapon to her instead. So Evelyn Cox handed the real weapon to Katie Keller. Blank blank's motive was... So let's try Tommy Marino's motive was love. So okay, yeah. So Tommy Marino's motive was love. He blamed Katie Keller for the arrest. Right, Ivy Otter got arrested. So he blamed Katie Keller for the arrest of his lover? Ivy Otter. Oh, crap. Oh, it's one clue away from being correct. Katie Keller killed Finley Powell with a sword, mistaking it for a prop. Tommy Marino. Oh, maybe it's this. Backstage? Oh, nope. That got further away. So choreographer's right. He caused the murder by switching the sword with a real one. He was trying to get... The names, I think, are all right. Is it love? His motive was... confrontation. Okay, so this is the wrong one. His motive was... Oh, revenge. Revenge. It's always revenge. So I realized in this, I had pieced it together wrong. I assumed that Tony Marino was doing it for Marcia here, or Martha, but he was actually doing it for Ivy. So I got the right answer, but I assumed he was doing it for the wrong person, even though I knew he was infatuated with Ivy Otter. But at least we got there. And I think we made it far enough today. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching, and watch out for the next one, because I want to keep finding out who is doing these murders. Peace.